Hello, Mr. Gao. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Can you tell us how big this event is and the importance of such a summit?
Thank you very much for having me. In the world of today, China and Russia completely respect each other and treat each other as equal. In this overall context, we both realize that the Chinese economy and the Russian economy are highly complementary to each other, and we can really boost each other's economy by fully cooperating with each other. Now, in this overall context, energy cooperation between China and Russia is really what's working very effectively, because China needs all these resources that Russia can provide, and China can also provide Russia with many of the manufactured and industrialized products of all kinds. This will further increase and re-enhance the mutual respect between China and Russia, and will make our cooperation long sustainable. Now, China's demand for resources, especially oil and gas, is the largest demand in the world of today. And China has all the financial resources to make sure that the payment, right now mostly in ruble and in renminbi, will be completely reliable. That means that energy cooperation between China and Russia will be long-lasting. And this gives more reason for the Chinese people and the Russian people to fully respect each other and make sure that peace will be long-lasting between our two countries, despite of whatever that happened in the rest of the world. And China-Russian friendship and partnership will be one of the most important stabilizing forces for peace on the Eurasian continent, as well as for peace in the world at large.
Now, the head of Russian oil giant Rosneft has said that Russia and China have reduced the dollar and euro's share within their transactions to a statistically insignificant level. So what does this mean for the future of the dollar, as it's been the globally dominant currency?
Well, first of all, I personally have no problem with the dollar or with the SWIFT system. What is the problem, as far as I'm concerned, is some country wants to weaponize the dollar or euro and weaponize the SWIFT system. That means countries like China and Russia have no other choice but to figure out what will be the best system that will work for them. Now, in this world, when dollars and euros are weaponized and when SWIFT system are being weaponized, China and Russia need to come up with alternative ways of payment, settlement, and otherwise to make sure that they will protect their legitimate interest and they will not become victims of these weaponization of the dollars or the euros of the SWIFT system. That means this will be a megatrend in the world of today. Why? Because both China and Russia and more countries in the world doing trade with either China or Russia or both of them will realize that this megatrend, using alternative ways of payment and settlement and notification system, for example, will work for their benefit. And those countries who started to weaponize the dollar or the euro or the SWIFT system will realize that they actually cause all this problem and they will suffer the consequences.
Now, Mr. Gao, China is the world's top producer and consumer of electricity and also ranked among the top global countries in manufacturing and high-tech industries. What does Russia bring to the table?
China now produces electricity about more than 250% more than that of the United States. China's industrial use of power is about 6 times as much as that in the United States. China is preparing to redouble its power generation in the coming years or a couple of decades. That means China is preparing itself for this complete and profound transformation caused by this AI transformation. And in the AI age, your demand for electricity will really significantly increase in the future. That means China will need to find out all the possibilities of increasing its power generation, including importing more oil and more natural gas from Russia, but also including, for example, new ways of fusion power generation, and also the melting salt-based thorium new reactors, for example. So China is leaving no stone unturned in coming up with new sources of energy, alternative sources of energy, and major scientific breakthroughs. In this regard, both China and Russia, being very sophisticated in their own economic development as well as science and technological innovations, will find more and more rooms for cooperation, not only in traditional fossil fuel cooperation, but more and more increasingly going forward in the new reaction, new fusion technology, new thorium reactors, for example, as well as all the other possible energy sources going forward.
Thank you so much for your time. Victor Gao.